Hello everyone, this is Amnesia slash Real Bad Hombre, and before I introduce these players, I just want to tell you about my woes as a caster today. So I go to cast this other game, and about halfway through, my computer crashes, so I have to start all over again. So I do this cast, and it's actually a really awesome game, and I feel really good about the cast. I go to play it back, and it turns out because when my computer crashed, it removed my microphone from my audio devices for some reason. So the entire time, none of the cast was recorded. But hopefully this time it will go a lot better now that we've got the formalities out of the way from the players. Up here in the top center is going to be the Red Terran player. He's playing under the NASLadmin account. The Red Terran player, NASLadmin, I guess. Actually, I'm not sure. I tried to not pay attention to who the players were because I'm always afraid of like spoilers in the replay title. I believe it said it was Mystic something though, but we'll check after the match. And down here in the bottom left-hand side, we're gonna have the blue Protoss player, HuShang. And looks like we're going for a 1-gate opening, heading down here possibly for the expansion. Yes, he is. So he's going for the 1-gate expand. Very common macro build. We're leaving a little bit of space here to get an add-on for this here. And if we take a look at the gas mine, it looks like he might be going for a fast factory, possibly. No, we got a Reaper coming out here. Another common build on this is to try to like hide a factory down here, or a starport. Actually, you can hide down here and get some Banshees out as well. But it doesn't look like that's what he's going to be doing. There's going to be a red SCV making his way down just to scout out his opponent. And HuShang, knowing about these proxy builds, going to check and make sure there's no proxy factory over here. And NASLadmin will be his new name. I know it's North American Star League admin, but NASLadmin is a pretty cool name. This Reaper actually finds this probe over here on the far right-hand side, which means that HuShang might not get any scouting information at all. He does not even see if there's an expansion up or not. And we got a supply depot that was canceled there. Apparently got placed in the wrong position ever so slightly, but as anybody who's played any amount of StarCraft knows, just being off by one square when it comes to walling off against adepts, it's very, very important. So it's definitely worth that 25 mineral loss there to cancel that and get that in the right position. This Reaper going to fly up here. Mothership Core in a pretty good position to try to catch this. A couple of shots go off and he does hit him, but it looks like the Reaper will get scouting information off. He will be taken out, but he does see that the robotics facility is on the way, which is actually a pretty big deal, knowing that your opponent's going straight for that robotics facility. It is standard, but there are also variation builds that you can do where you go straight for a Twilight Council and try to get adepts out with their upgrade a lot quicker. But the fact that he's going for the Robo first means that he is playing very, very standard. And NASLadmin can rest assured a little bit that he can feel a little bit safer playing his prepared builds, most likely. So we've got this Widow Mine coming up here to try to weaken any forces that try to run up this ramp. Hopefully, what he's looking for is if adepts do try to walk up here, then usually they're going to shade at about right at this position here. And so he'll get the shot off before they shade, or even after they shade. Who cares? It's going to do the damage. And this probe just hanging out here, making sure that things are looking good. He's going to throw a pylon down now and then go back to work at a lazy probe. More probes being put into the assimilator. And we've now got 3 gases up for our Protoss player. We've got more gates coming down here, getting into that standard mid-game. We've got Blink being chronoed out, so we're going to get some Blink Stalker play going on here. And I really like Blink Stalker play because it's so much control. You can do a lot of cool things with it. And this Observer happens to catch the medevac, but did HuShang see it? We will find out here. This medevac boosting in here. It doesn't. I'm not sure that this Stalker is in position for it. We've got more Stalkers warping in here. Ooh, the Widow Mines unload, and they start to burrow, and HuShang not targeting those in time. Widow Mine goes off, takes out one probe, another one goes out and takes out a Stalker, weakens the rest of them. And medevac comes in here, picks up one Marine, one medevac, or one Widow Mine. A medevac picks up a medevac. That would be a thing to see. That'll be in the next iteration of StarCraft. This Marine unloads here to take out this probe that was just trying to throw up a third. Now NASLadmin knows that Protoss player is trying to go for his third, and meanwhile he's going to drop another Widow Mine, a Marine, harassment force over here on the right-hand side. And there goes the boost. In he goes. And now it's seen. Will HuShang react? Not very quickly. He does get back there, overcharges a pylon, but it's out of range, and these Marines are just wreaking havoc. We've got a Widowmine burrowing here to try to catch reinforcements that come up. Meanwhile, the Marines just go to town on these probes. Probes pull back, trying to get into the safety zone of this pylon. Oh, and a one-shot goes off on that medevac, and the medevac does manage to get out alive. The Widowmine will be sacrificed, but not before killing one stalker, I believe it was. And NASLAdmin not going to let up with a harass. Now we've got some Liberators coming out here to set up space behind this base. Set up space behind the base. In your face, you big disgrace. I kind of stole those last two lines. I'm not exactly proud of that, but those are the only rhymes I could come up with. But I'm not a rapper. Alright, and there goes the Liberator getting into zone. HuShang still not in position for it, but it looks like Blink has finished, so he's going to be able to jump over there and get into position to deal with this. A couple of Stalkers going down to escort this probe to take the third. He sees the Liberators trying to get in position now. He's not sure where it's going yet, so he's hanging back. Will he have to blink into the main, or will he have to blink back there behind the mineral line? And it's hard to tell at this point. The Liberator just biding his time. I'm not sure if he saw those Stalkers gearing up or not. Either way, though, he's is keeping HuShang here on his toes. He can't see the Liberator right now. So did he even see it? Now I'm starting to wonder. It looked like he was getting in position for it, but maybe not. So that Liberator is going to hang out back there while NASLAdmin gets a lot of upgrades here. We've got +1/+1. We've got stim. We've got combat shields, and it looks like the Liberator is in position now. Got one kill on a Stalker. Not what he was trying to do there, but you know, not the worst that could happen either. We got a siege tank and a Marine force moving out. The siege tank looks like it's going to go down here to the third to help protect. Nope. This is an interesting position. I guess this actually makes a lot of sense. I really like this positioning because it's going to be, if the attacking force comes up, they're going to get bottlenecked right about here. And that's going to be, the siege tank's going to be in range, but the units will not be in range to hit the siege tank. And a couple of Dark Templar moving out across the map now. We've also got the Resonating Glaives about to finish up. So we're going to see some more depths mixed in there and getting all those crucial Twilight upgrades. Now, what I really want to see is some players use the DT Blink. I've used it a couple of times, but that's in lowly diamond, and only in some off games. But there we go. The DT gets into the natural, and the other DT actually joining the attacking force here because he saw that there was going to be. Oh boy, and they don't have anything to stop the DT right here. The DT not really focus firing though, just randomly hitting a couple of Marines. And this DT trying to run for his life, trying to hang out before that scan. And the scan does run out, and the DT is still alive. He can get in here. He's going to go for the Marauder, though. He's not really microing it. I don't think he expected that DT to live. But if he focuses that SCV and stops this missile turret from coming up, that could actually be pretty big. And he does get that SCV. He's going to get a little bit more harassment done. This SCV going to get over there and finish that up. Another Marauder gets taken out. The DT definitely getting his worth there. The Stalkers blink in, pick off a Marine for free, and then blink back out. You can't really go toe-to-toe with this pure Stalker army, but it is an awesome harassment force. And then we go picking off another Marine that was heading over to reinforce. Going to take out this bunker as well to make his later attacks. This is just a pure Stalker army right now. We've got a Warp Prison back there to warp in some reinforcements. And it looks like NASLAdmin going to go for a little bit of a surround here. He's got units coming around the back, coming around the front, but HuShang saw it coming, and he backs up. This Widowmine in the front there trying to get in a good position. He's one shot away from being taken out. HuShang does not target fire it, but he does escape with his life. Meanwhile, this Warp Prism, though, gets taken out, long forgotten. And that is going to prompt NASLAdmin here to jump in his medevacs and try to harass this main. And HuShang should see it coming as Dark Templar was there, but can he get in place to defend this in time? We've got one Mothership Core there. We've got one Artosis Pylon over here. And that's going to be what powers all of these buildings here. One pylon gets focus fired down. The other one is slowly getting taken out. And one of the forges goes down, and these Protoss units are in a nice choke. They blink forward, take out two of the medevacs. All of the units taken out. The two medevacs that were full get completely annihilated. This one Widowmine going to hang out here for a little bit longer till we can get some detection over here. But all in all, that was a fantastic engagement for HuShang. NASLAdmin going to have to regroup, rebuild all of his forces. Looking at a 105 supply to 130. And it's still dropped. It's going up and down, so I'm not sure. Where are things being taken out? There's something going on somewhere that I completely missed. Maybe there's some harassment that got cleaned up or something. Oh, I meant, yeah, the winter mine got taken out. NASLAdmin gonna poke out again, feeling pretty confident against an all-stalker army, but surprise, surprise, there are more forces now. And he can see that this center rock wall was taken out, so he knows that the forces are out of position, and he's gonna try to make things happen again here up in the main. And there they go. Where is the mothership core? Looks like it's out with the force. Oh, the mothership core got taken out. It is just warping in just now. It's going to be in the right spot to throw down one photon overcharge, but that is all it will have energy for. Does he throw it out? There it goes. There goes the one photon overcharge. And meanwhile, though, that HuShang is just going to go for that base trade. He knows that these are all the forces that NASLAdmin has. And in all honesty, you can probably hold that off pretty easily. He might lose a couple of buildings in the main. But this is looking very bad for NASLAdmin. The stalkers blink up into the main, target down the Liberator, and now they're just going to march up into the main uncontested. A couple of DTs just adding insult to injury here. Meanwhile, NASLAdmin is doing some work up here in the main, throwing down a scan to make sure no DTs are trying to kill all of these forces here. Observer comes out and gets taken out immediately, but the natural and main of NASLAdmin are completely gutted. That command center is not going to escape. And, of course, is now moving down into the third, where the command center is trying to run for its life. The SCV is just left for dead. HuShang cleaning up these poor, innocent SCVs. Natural going down now for HuShang as well, but he does still have two more bases. All the probes taken out here by a couple of Liberators. And he's just going to hide off there in the corner. He is going for that ultra frustrating move where he's going to try to gut the Protoss player, where the Protoss player cannot produce any air units. And then he's going to basically force a draw, unless this giant force of Protoss can get back there and start killing off this small force of NASLAdmins that's left. I'm not even sure what happened to all these forces. That's just Workman's who took care of it. He's going to have to be extremely... setting up there. He should probably just run. This photon overcharge is going to do number on him. Maybe not. A surprise. He doesn't know how to use photon overcharge. Third base going down now. NASLAdmin taking care of that, but the Protoss forces have returned. Nothing really that shoots up. We can get some Archons here. And there goes the photon overcharge with a drop on top of it. He's going to try to focus this pylon down. If he can get that down, load back up and get out of there. He now has one medevac full of units that he can try to use to continue to harass. There is now no economy for HuShang, and NASLAdmin doing a lot with not a lot, if you catch my drift there. A small force here, taking out a couple of DTs where he can, and HuShang a little bit afraid to engage, it looks like. One adept there going to start working on this orbital command that landed just to throw down some scans. Another scan goes down. The Dark Templars get taken out. Most likely we'll see this lift off now, but no, the Stalkers get back up here. That means that there are no more buildings flying off in the middle of nowhere for their Terran player. There's like a few forces up here to try to take out this. These few forces could probably actually take out these two Stalkers. That would allow this barracks to fly off into space, which is exactly what he's going to do. These DTs have now cleaned up the entire ground forces of NASLAdmin, though. There's only one Marine that survives. So it's now up to two Liberators, one Marine. If he flies a medevac back, he could pick up these 3 units, and that would add a little bit more substance, but there's really nothing that can be done. NASLAdmin just kind of biding his time here. The Stalkers return, blink under. They get taken out. The medevac with the Marine in it gets taken out. Now there's a single medevac. There's 3 units up here that it looks like NASLAdmin is determined to just go pick up and continue to prolong this. A stim here going to take out a couple of Stalkers. One of the Marines goes down. 1/3 of the force is gone. The SCV joins in to take out that second Stalker before the other Marine dies as well. So we now have 2 units, 2 fighting units total for NASLAdmin. HuShang walking around the middle with the world's largest army. 9 supply to 97. We're looking at a power of 10 is the difference here. Photon overcharge, gonna take out the 1 Marauder, and all of the forces are now dead for NASLAdmin. He's gonna fly off into space. I don't think... Oh, wait a minute. There are no probes on the field. There's not enough money to make a probe. That means that there's nothing that will ever be able to get out here and kill this barracks. This is going to be a draw. Dirty, dirty Terran. My God. If he would have just been able to stop that one barracks that was building with those stalkers, he just wasn't paying attention to them at the right time. That SCV gets taken out, and there's nothing that he can do. There's no units that he can build. I think his best bet at this point would try to be to hallucinate a bunch of Phoenix or Void Rays and fly up there and like trick NASLAdmin into like GGing out. Oh God, that's so brutal. I keep looking around. I know that there are no probes because I checked the unit counting station, but HuShang, given the question mark, he will not be He says yes, he's trying to bluff. Will NASLAdmin believe the bluff and just tap out? Doubtful. He's gonna wait for those Void Rays to come over. Terran is dirty. Show me a probe, he says. He's calling the bluff. Busy mining for the Void Ray. He'll leave if he sees a probe. Busy mining for the Void Ray, he says. Hallucinate it. Hallucinate a probe. Hallucinate a probe. Hallucinate a probe. Dude. Hallucinate a probe, please. I know you can't hear me. HuShang, please, God. Please, just hallucinate a probe. Oh my God. I feel like that would totally. And I know, like, in the middle of it, you're not thinking that. Oh, man. Well, now we just wait, I guess. Okay, wait, I think he thought of it. Here we go. He's moving up his units. There we go. Hallucinated a probe. All right. Yes! We'll see if this works here. Don't send up 4, though. That might give it away. Just send 1. Just send 1. There you go. He's trying to come up with reasons why it's taken so long. He moves the probe up there. No way! No way! Oh, the bluff! Oh, NASLAdmin is certainly kicking himself for that. Excellent game. Bizarre ending. That is fantastic. Thank you. I got this off of the subreddit Cast It, so that is fantastic. I'm so glad I decided to cast one more. Kind of a blessing in disguise, I guess, that the last game didn't work out and I had to cast another one. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.